This is actually a good one. This is Milo. And Milo is an Australian chocolatey drink. It's like a sports breakfast drink. So he is a sports breakfast drink. Be gone. G'day, I'm Jacob Elordi, and today I'm going to be teaching you some Australian slang. Aussie 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 oi oi oi. An incredibly patriotic chant that everyone thinks Australians do, but I'm yet to experience a place where this happens. When you come to America, everyone, you get to set or something, everyone goes Aussie Aussie Aussie, and they expect you to say it back. No. The bush, yeah, the outback. It's kind of like country Australia would be called the bush. You drive out of the city, you end up in the bush. Drop bear, drop bear, drop bear. A real threatening creature that drops seemingly out of nowhere from the trees above you in Australia, so beware when you're there, if you ever get there. Beware of the drop bear. That's Australia's best kept secret. Fairy bread is a classic. It's a staple at any kid's party, or any party for that matter. It is a fresh slice of white bread with a thick layering of salty butter, and then you get hundreds and thousands, I don't know what you call those, just like sprinkles that you put on ice cream, and you put that on the bread, and that is fairy bread. Try it out. Yeah, kids eat it. Kids eat it. It's great for them. It's a formative meal for Australian youth. It's how I have no idea. Chewie. I wish I could just Chewie and then do one. It's when you pour your beer into a boot or a shoe, and you scull the beer from inside the shoe. It's a rich Australian tradition. Maggot. You're absolutely maggot. You're just off your face, drunk, falling on the floor, maggot. You'd be like, oh, did you see Rich tonight? Richo's bloody maggot. Goon Sack, personal favorite. A Goon Sack is like boxed wine. So it has a little silver bag inside the box, and you put it on the thing. And in Australia, we put it on the clothesline. So where you dry your clothes outside, and we have these spinning clotheslines, and you spin the clothesline and you follow the goon bag around until you fall over. It's good fun. And then some people blow up the grey sack that had the wine in it, and you can use it as a pillow. Budgie Smuggler. So a budgie smuggler. A budgie is a small little colourful bird. It's like this big. And this is a term for DTs. Which are dick togs, speedos. Like a speedo would be a budgie smuggler. So it's meant to look like you're smuggling a budgie in the speedo. So that's why we call it that. Yeah, stands out like a shag on a rock. So basically, all of these sayings, just take the first two words. Stands out. That's pretty much what that, I don't know what the shag on the rock has to do with it, but it just means it stands out like a sore thumb, you know what I mean? Super noticeable. Someone walks in the room with, everyone's wearing a suit and they're wearing nothing, they'd stand out like a shag on a rock. Gala. A gala is it's like a native Australian bird. It's pink and grey. It makes a lot of noise. If you were using it as Australian slang, you would call someone a bloody galah. If there was someone who was a bit of an idiot, a bit of a knob, you'd say, oh, that bloody galah, Thomas over there, he's acting like a bloody galah. Yank. You are most likely a yank. A yank. A yank is an American, a Yankee. So if there were a yank at the bar in Australia, undoubtedly everyone that was Australian would be saying, there's a bloody yank here. It would be like that because we would hear you. Yeah. I guess I'm kind of a yank now too. Maybe I'm an honorary yank. Pommy. Pommy is a Brit, a British person, a pom. I'm not really sure where it comes from, but yeah, you'd say pom, bloody pom, poms are here, pommies. It's like a take the piss culture. You know, like you'd be like bloody yank, you bloody pom, and then you'd be friends with them. You know, something like that. Old mate, personal favorite of mine, used all the time. Old mate would be like, so say there was a guy that you didn't like, so I'd say to my mate, I'd be like, oh, you. Old mate's here. You know, we're at a party, old mate's over there. And then they would know exactly who I was talking about, if that makes sense. But it also works for, you can have like a positive connotation. You can be like, oh, bloody, old mate, you know, old mate, bloody the guy with the hair and the, you know, old mate. And then your friend will be like, oh, bloody old mate, yeah. So you can use it as like a, to try and figure out who someone is. It's sort of like an acquaintance, I suppose. But most of the time it's like, I would say it's negative. It's like, geez, old mate's here, you know. Servo. Servo is your service station. I guess for the Yanks it would be a gas station. But yeah, so we call them a service station. So you go to the Servo, you know, you get chocky milk, you know, get some petrol. We call gas petrol. So you'd go to the Servo to do that. Woolies. Woolies is where we get our groceries from. It's a grocery store. So it's called Woolworths, but we call it Woolies. And Woolies run chocolate milk. That's what you would get all the time. I would get a chocolate milk and a cooked chook, which is like a hot chicken. Tuck shop. Tuck shop is actually where my mother works. The tuck shop is like, I guess in America, your cafeteria, except usually at a lot of the schools that I went to, it was run by like the mothers of the school, and they would you know, cook spaghetti and stuff like that. So that's tuck shop. Then it was a good day, like on a Friday, your mum might give you $5 and you can go get a icy pole or something like that. Duper Duper, the best, the absolute best summer treat. Duper Duper is an icy pole. So it's like this long sort of flavoured icy pole, and they've got plastic on the edges that slices your lips. But that's like a summer treat. There's like bubblegum, cola. But then they brought out these like wacky flavors, which were like toffee apple, and like no one wanted anything to do with those. Stubby Cooler. Stubby Cooler is a cooler for your stubby. A stubby is a small beer. And the cooler is just like, it's like a foam sort of holder that you put on it to keep your beer cold while you drink it. It's a necessity, because warm beer, not good. Having a yarn. Having a yarn is, you know, having a chat. You know, shooting the breeze, just having a chat with somebody. Just spinning a yarn. I guess it comes from like wool or something like that. So I have no idea. Well, I hope I could teach some of you something today. And if you ever do find yourself in Australia having a yarn with someone, please feel free to throw in a few of these terms. Thank you.